What's going on, people? TroopzTV back again. You understand? Another episode, blood. We don't stop, fam. You get me? We get bored, but we don't stop, blood. You understand? We have to say that. But we're back again with another ep for your bumper clock. Episode 60 of Back Again with Troopz. 61, sorry.
There you go.
6-1, blood. You understand? We're getting close to that 6-9 pussy old, blood. You get me? But we're on 6-1 right now. Presented by Heineken. Obviously, this episode is sponsored by Heineken 0-0, blood. You get me? Now, obviously, you like to have a drink, but you like to also be on point when you drink. So, obviously, that is where Heineken 0-0 comes into your regime, blood. You get me? I didn't like when you said artillery last time. I never really liked that, blood. You understand? I prefer regime, blood. You understand? That's more of a Jamaican way we're going at this thing. You see me? My regime. You see me? But obviously Heineken 0-0 is not just a non-alcoholic beer. It is a alcohol-free beer. You get me? Now, obviously, the Brewers broke through the defense like Tillemans did on Saturday. You get me? But then they went back again and instilled that crisp, fresh, balanced Heineken taste. You see me? Now, for all the man them that do their gym thing, Josh started gym today. Me and Jetski been doing arting. My co-host is still doing up. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing up to be honest, blood. You get me? But he's doing up something. You get me? It only has 6-9 calories, blood. Not snitch 9 calories. It has 6-9 calories. You get me? So make sure you get your pack from your local retailer or get it ordered to your crib. But please, you get me? Drink responsibly and make sure you are 21 to purchase. Now, big up my brother Zar every week. You understand?
Always, bro.
Josh, Jets. We were supposed to get this ham roll here on before the Arsenal game. But obviously, schedules got conflicted and them thing there. But we got him on now. You understand? I think we got him on at the right time as well, blood. You get me? Because
I bet you call it the right time.
Because you get me? You get me? Technically, you've held 2 in a row, but it's actually 3, blood. After your ladies, you get me? Got put in a zuppie as well last night. But big up my G, the Ethiopian Carlton Banks. He's back. I don't even know if I can say he's back again, but I think this is the first appearance you've made on the pod, like.
Yeah, man, first time, but happy to be on anyways.
You get me? Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, you've been on the channel already, you pussy, or you get me? But he's first time that we're introducing him to the pod. You get me? What? I'd like to introduce you as well to Zar. You get me? Obviously, I don't think you've met this wallad next to me before.
Yeah, yes, sir. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, nothing, bro. Yeah, you know,
yeah, just like our attack. No worries, man.
I followed him online, so it feels like I know him, but good to meet you, bro.
Yeah, good to meet you too, man.
My fellow African.
Come on, bro.
So how you been keeping? Apart from like football and everything there, what you been keeping up with?
Yo, like literally just with lockdown and everything, all I've been doing daily is streaming, but it's worked to my own benefit as well. I've been growing my channel daily. Subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. Shameless plug, you already know. But yeah, just daily streams and everything. Chelsea just depressing me with our dead attack every single week. I'm really running out of excuses to defend these, man. But at the very least, we can defend, even though like we ain't even shown it the last 3 games. But that's all we really have left at this point.
So obviously, there's only one place to start. You get me? It was the big game of the weekend, the FA Cup final, the 140th, I believe, or the 144th. It was the 140th or the 144th, blood. It's one of them, blood, innit? I know it's that though. But the first time that Chelsea have played Leicester in the FA Cup final, Leicester had been to 4 previous FA Cup finals and lost all the finals. But they didn't play Chelsea in the final, you get me? So that's why they lost, blood. Now they played you, man. You get me, blood? You man are notorious for losing finals in recent years. You man could be the new Tottenham, blood. You understand? The nearly
right?
men.
No, we make finals unlike them shadow dwellers.
But then you're bottling them like them shadow dwellers, blood. You get me? Because if we check the level, yeah, banter aside, Your last 5 finals, correct me if I'm wrong, you've only won one, which was the
Who's it
Europa League
against?
final. It was the Europa League final against Arsenal. But let's not forget, yeah, that the other 3 blood, yeah, that you lost blood, yeah, before you lost to Leicester was us, man.
Wait, last 3? Well,
Yeah.
I swear it's last 2. What do you mean last 3?
Last two. 2017, we whooped that ass. And then obviously last season, Habama Blood Clot Yang whooped that ass.
Nah,
You
I
get
just
me,
thought you
blood?
were going to add community shields again, because that is typical Arsenal.
Nah, blood, you get me? We don't have to add that one, you understand? Because we whooped your ass in the 2 finals in the FA
fair
Cup.
enough. Anthony Taylor tax, but fair enough, innit?
Don't even come with that
here
one,
we
blood.
go,
You understand?
blaming the ref.
You get me, blood. Don't even come with that one, blood. You man have always got excuses when we whoop your ass in the final, blood. When you whoop our ass, I'm gonna keep saying it like that the whole episode, blood. When you lot whoop our ass, we just say, you know what? Yeah, these man just whooped our ass.
We just gotta hold that, right?
These man love cry water, blood. You understand? So
Because when we win, it's convincing, innit? When Arsenal win, there's always other than the last
what?
Wednesday, there's always shadiness about it.
so when we whooped your ass earlier in the season at Emirates, that wasn't convincing.
Lampard tax.
Oh, so now you're going back to so you're turning on your legend, yeah? You're turning on your legend.
Turning on my legend. I'm just calling it how I see it.
This nigga turning on his legend.
Man played 2 injured fullbacks, the same midfield 3 the entire month of December when we know it's the most packed period of the season. And then we had Timo Werner left wing. I know he's useless at left wing anyway, so why are we doing that? He made Bellerin look good. And I know
Ain't he
you lot
useless
don't rate
everywhere?
Yeah, right?
Bellerin.
Ain't he useless everywhere?
Let me not say too much. 25 goal involvements this season. Let me run with that, because if we're going to talk about the eye test, it's a bit of a sticky one still.
So what is your thoughts on Werner? Let's not avoid it, blood. That is what podcasts and streams are for, blood. They are for debates and talking about certain players. Now, his numbers for assists, pretty good. Have to be honest, you understand? But you didn't buy him to assist goals, blood. That's what you bought Kai Havertz for. You bought him to hit the back of the blood clot net. And
And when you watch him,
No, but here's the thing with Werner, though. And I get what you're saying. We bought him to put the ball in the back of the net. But for me, goal involvements equal both, in my opinion. As long as the ball ends up in the back of the net, I personally couldn't care less. And even though this is probably the worst season in his career, still a highest goal creator. Still created and scored about 25 goals this season. Is it really as bad of a season, or is it just because the howler misses? Because for him, it's like his all-round game is the reason why, to an extent, he's undroppable, because he makes these amazing runs that half the time no one in our midfield even notices. His link-up play is good, and he's always a threat in the attacking third. He always finds himself in the right positions. Everything he does is right until the final finish. And then his finish is just whack. That's the only thing. Genuinely, if this guy could finish, no one would say a word about Werner. And they'd probably be calling him one of the players of the season. But it's because he can't finish, why it's completely turned on its head.
but whose fault is that? Is
Timo
that
Werner.
manager? Is it the setup? Are you lot not playing to his strengths? Is he just actually shit? Because like I'm seeing Barry, I'm just being real. I'm seeing Barry, your man, them saying that he's worse than Morata, blood. You understand?
I don't subscribe to that BS. Alvaro Morata is the worst striker I have seen start for us in the Abramovich era. Morata would do nothing for 90 minutes, literally just stand there.
Man, they're moving like fucking. What was my man's name? Kesman and them man there.
No, I'll even give Kesman his props. At least he scored in the cup final. Morata never did that. Timo Werner is levels clear of Morata. If he's like anyone, he's probably like Fernando Torres at Chelsea, because they were very similar. Created chances, made a lot of good runs, couldn't finish to save their damn life. They look very similar in that sort of sense. But Morata, hell no. I think with Timo Werner, you have to blame Werner for the finishing, because we've done everything. We've pushed him out to the left. We put him into the middle. We've rested him. We've started him.
we
Started this guy even when he's scored, when he's assisted, when he's turned up in big games, and he's still missing big chances. So it's like, okay, we've done everything now. I don't know if it's a confidence thing, or to be honest, it's probably just that he's not clinical, because he was never clinical at Leipzig either. Bundesliga is a much more open league than the Premier League. There's every team attacks in the Bundesliga. Whereas in the Premier League, it's just low blocks, endless low blocks. So when you're in the Bundesliga, you can churn out so many more chances to this guy, especially in the counter-attacking system like Leipzig. And yeah, he can miss a few, but he'll eventually put 1 or 2 in the back of the net. That's why he thrived. At Chelsea, you'll get like 1, 2, at the most 3 chances. And to be honest, at 3, you should be putting 1 in the back of the net. But he gets significantly less chances here than he does at Leipzig. So that's why I'd say he has to adapt. But same way, we're at the end point of the season now. And I said I'd back him for the first season because that's the same way I go with all of our transfers. But I'm running out of excuses for this man and his misses. I can't lie.
Is Champions League his last shot at redemption? Or would you... If he fucked up the Champions League, if he gets one of these chances that he keeps getting and he misses it and that somehow is the reason that you lose the final, do you sell? Or do you keep? Because you got Tammy Abraham's gal doing up cheerleader, coming out and sending for your own manager, blood. You thought you was going to get away with that one. No, you're not, blood. This is Troopz, bro. I got hella smoke for your club, blood. Yeah? Like, bro, you got like Thiago Silva's gal cussing up Werner. Like, it come like everybody's wife I turned upon Werner. Like, as well. I'm scared for Werner's wife, blood. Right? She might get jumped, bro. God forbid, blood. She better roll up to like the flipping, you know, like when you have like your end of season dinner, blood. She better roll up with a couple flipping cousins, bro. Because, brother, the way all the wags are linking up and turning on this brother, blood, and he just keeps missing, blood. You understand? And I don't see his girl coming out and backing the ting, blood. She's quiet. You understand? So she's clearly not on smoke.
What's there to back? There's nothing to back.
Nah, but you back your man. You think if a girl come out and try to run up her mouth about me, like not like I got in, not like the Mel situation. My girl was just like, you know what? I know how you are, but babe, you fucked up innit. If a girl like how she's ridiculed, like your man's shit basically. Like every club I go to, there's always a shit striker. This time it's this brother here
in public too.
Do you think Lily's gonna sit there and be like, yeah, my girl's coming out on smoke, blood? On hella smoke, bro. So like, do you think people, not just the players' wives, do you think the players are starting to turn on him? Because you get me? I never saw her Instagram story get deleted. It was up for the 24 hours, blood.
I'm not
like,
sure.
How's Tammy feeling? How's Donkey Kong feeling? You know who Donkey Kong is, isn't it? The piece of shit. How's he feeling?
Tammy can feel whatever way he wants, but he ain't getting any more game time until he fixes up this contract thing. I don't know where he's coming out saying he wants 120k a week, 180k a week.
But hasn't he been your... Sorry to interject, but hasn't he been your top scorer for the last 2 seasons?
Bro, that says how poor our attack is. That doesn't make him any better.
But you bought Werner. Yeah, but you bought Werner to improve on Abraham. But Abraham's still here. He's on the bench and he's still got more numbers than my man, blood. So
he's got more numbers in terms of goal scoring, but then when you add goal creation into it, then Timo Werner's still been involved in more goals than Tammy Abraham.
So I get Tammy
Abraham's argument. I get Tammy Abraham's argument because top goal scorer in 2 seasons. The guy's still our top goal scorer in the league and he hasn't started the game for 4 months. I'm not surprised. I get it. But his all-round game is so bad. Like, there's the reason why he's not getting that game time. Hold-up play ain't there. Link-up play ain't there. Dribbling ain't really there. Man is 6'5" and he can't head the ball. Has no aerial impact in the box. He doesn't have a good range of finishing either. All he really has is, if you feed him and you feed the right ball to him, he'll put it in the back of the net. That's all I can really consistently rely on Tammy Abraham for. Other than that, nothing. Like, Werner at least offers something outside of, well, when he's not missing all the time, other than goal scoring. He offers something all round at least. That's why I can back Timo Werner still, because it's not a Morata situation where Morata just stands around and does nothing for 90 minutes. Werner still does something. Tammy Abraham will try to, but his all-round game is so raw, like, it just ain't working for him. My ideal scenario for Tammy is he signs a new contract and goes on loan for the next season. Like, mid-table Premier League club, maybe to another league, even though I would rather him stay in the Premier League or a similar league. But he can't stay at Chelsea. He could still be a Chelsea player, but he can't stay at Chelsea because regardless of whether he stays or goes, he won't have more game time than he will have at Chelsea because there's too much competition for him. He needs to go to another club where they will play him the entire season.
So speaking, you said about the low block. how you couldn't break down the low block. The 2 last games you've played, there's been 2 teams playing low blocks, blood, and you couldn't hit a barn door, blood. You understand? No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't break it down, blood. Us, we done it, and then obviously Leicester came and done it as well, blood.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Tuchel? Because he's done really well. Like you're in the race for top 4, but then you get me. You have a big game. We're gonna talk about that soon, but we're gonna talk about the FA Cup final. Did Tuchel bottle the FA Cup final? Because I see that you said you believed that Mendy would have saved that Tielemans shot, and for me personally, I don't think no one saving that, blood. That was right in the corner, bro. Like Mendy's a great shot stopper, yeah, but that was one of them FA Cup final goals. It was like when I was in the ground and Alexis did it against Villa in the 4-0 in 2015. It was one of those unstoppable. It was like the Gerrard last minute equalizer against West Ham. It was like Parler's one against you lot back in 2002. It was one of those goals, like it was for me it was an unstoppable goal, blood. You understand? It was an FA Cup winning goal, blood. But do you, because of obviously your comment saying that you think Mendy could have saved it, do you think Tuchel fucked you over?
I understand why he started with Kepa. Because in terms of team morale and everything, and you want to keep all the members of your squad happy, you usually give your substitute goalkeeper the cup games. And depending on the manager, sometimes you even give them the final if they get all the way there. I understand that. I didn't agree with it when it happened, but I understood it. But then the Tielemans goal went in. And this is literally the reason why I didn't back it. Because, yeah, Kepa's kept a lot of clean sheets since Tuchel's joined, but he also hasn't really been that tested. The whole run through the FA Cup, I barely saw him deal with a lot of shots on goal. Barnsley, like 1 or 2. Morecambe, 1 or 2, even though these guys really disrespected him. They were trying to lick shots from everywhere at this guy. Manchester City, I don't even think they had a shot on target against us that game. And then we face Leicester City in the cup final, and Kepa tax comes back into effect. 1 shot on target, 1 goal. Did you know that Kepa has, in his entire Chelsea career, has never saved a shot that's gone towards the top left or the top right corners? This guy does not save long shots. Last season, we conceded so many long shots, and they all looked like wonder goals because Kepa was in goal, and he can't reach those goals. And I don't even necessarily blame him, because he is physically incapable of saving those types of shots. But this is why Edouard Mendy should have started. Yeah, it's a wonder strike from Tielemans. But do you see if you see the snapshot of when the ball's going in and Kepa's reaching for it, he's not that far off. It's just he can't reach those corners. If he's 6'1" and he can't reach those corners, and I think I'm allowed to believe that a 6'6" goalkeeper can get a hand to that. And maybe the shot's still too powerful and it goes in. But also maybe that one hand just pushes it away and sends it out for a corner. And then it's still 0-0. And these are the fine margins that defined the Chelsea-Leicester City FA Cup final. We were both a bit average until the goal went in. Both teams were defensively minded.
What was your thoughts on the Perez handball? Do you think VAR fucked you over? Do you think it was the right decision? Because what I see my man on BT Sport, the referee, I see him say that the referee that they bring on, and they always question him about the VAR thing. I see him saying that because it was not directly causing a goal scoring opportunity is the reason why the handball was not given. Because what they're trying to say is that because where Perez has handballed it took about 7 seconds for the goal to come from that move. He's trying to say that if it was in the box and Perez done that and then somebody's hit a snapshot, then they probably would have rescinded the goal. But
wasn't it a direct assist?
Nah, because he's popped it off to the left midfielder.
Was it Castagna?
Castagna was on the right. He's popped it off to the left-sided midfielder. It might have been Albrighton, and then he's played it into Tielemans, and then you got Jorginho pointing for someone to run towards Tielemans. Like, for me, that goal could have been prevented, blood, because you got Thiago Silva backing off, you got Jorginho pointing for someone to go and attack and press the ball. Why the fuck are you pointing? Like,
Trust me, it weren't Jorginho's fault for that. If
no,
it's
I'm saying though,
anyone-
why is he pointing for someone like he wasn't even that far from him, bro? He could have even just tried to attempt to go
Jorginho
and
isn't
put him
fast.
off.
Jorginho isn't fast, bro. He ain't getting to Tielemans. Like one of the angles I saw, like the what was it? I don't know what to call it. It's like the pro, like the pro angle when you're playing on FIFA and you're playing Be a Pro. Yeah, that angle I saw for the goal, right? Jorginho ain't catching him because I know Jorginho ain't quick enough. Like if I'm blaming anyone, and it's a shame because he had a really good game as well, it was Reece James for the dodgy pass because he caught Silva out of position and Jorginho out of position with that. Jorginho weren't getting to him. Kante was in a position to progress play, so he wasn't getting back in time either. Thiago Silva's stuck in a 2v1 situation, and Jorginho's cutting out passing lanes. Initially, when they lose the ball, he's cutting out the initial front pass to Jamie Vardy because it could be one ball in and they're through. Then he's cutting out the sideways pass to Perez, and he's asking Thiago Silva to come forward to block Tielemans, but it's too quick for him. So we just got caught out by the dodgy pass, and they capitalised really well. Like, fair play to Leicester. They took advantage of the situation excellently, and to be honest, if it was any team in the top 6, would rather it be Leicester. I don't really mind Leicester as a club. Like, they've grown in the right way and everything. But, yeah, it was just Reece James' a dodgy pass. And it's a shame because he had a really good game. But it's that one moment that cost us the game. But we all know football's decided in moments like that.
He did have a really good game, man. They played him as like a third centre-back. They played him as the right-sided one. And he had a solid game, but you could see in the end, like, after that Chilwell equalising goal, blood, like, Chilwell must feel like the biggest dickhead on the roads right now, blood. Like he fully celebrated, like he lost his mind. You had Donkey Kong hugging him. You had Reece James
smashing
with
the
his
camera.
spider dread hit the camera. You understand? That weren't even his hand, blood. That was piece of his spider dread, blood. You understand? Just swinging, like, you understand? Doing up his best doing up his best Reggie impression from fucking Nutty Professor. Remember Reggie, blood? You understand? Shout out, man, like Reggie, blood. You get me, blood? Big shout out that nigga Reggie, blood, every time, fam. You understand?
Oh my days.
But Reece, he was rattled, blood. I see him dash Vardy. I was like, yo, he's rattled, blood. You understand? Like, and then I see Chilwell getting a bit of heat after the game because he was spotted on the Emirates FA Cup coverage. Obviously after the game in the tunnel, hugging Maddison and whatnot. For me, like, if you're gonna do that, do it off camera. You get me? Because you're gonna give the fans a reason to go at you. You've just lost the cup final. You get me? And then you're there doing up best friends. Like, I totally understand. Like, him and Madders was mad close. They were probably the closest, like, out of that camp. They're both English. They both come through the rank together. They both went to England. It's all like, you get me? It's they rave together. They do their thing, innit? So I totally get that. Like, you ain't seen your brother for time. You get me? Now you're like, you understand? But for me, I think you should have just done it off camera. What's your thoughts on that?
People are annoyed at Chilwell because it's a regular factor with him. Like, I remember we lost to you guys at the Emirates and he was literally walking off the pitch just chatting with Saka like nothing happened. And something similar with the Leicester City match too. I think the away leg before Lampard got sacked. But this one, nah, I don't feel anything about it. Like, this one's literally in the tunnel, like probably half an hour after the game. Like, everyone's obviously going to be feeling a sort of way about the FA Cup final and everything. But he's meeting his mates. Like, I'm not going to say nothing about it. If it was immediately after the game, I'd be like, okay, what are you doing, man? Did you even care? But this was like 45 minutes, an hour after the game. And I doubt he even knows the cameras are on him because this is meant to be a behind-the-scenes sort of video thing, I'm guessing, especially from the way the cameras were laid out. So for Chilwell, like, I'm not feeling any sort of way about it. Like, everyone's going to be depressed about the cup final. Everyone's looking for scapegoats. I'm not really blaming him. He came on and he was better than Alonso was. He even scored and it was ruled out by an armpit. So I'm not going to sit here and blame Chilwell for that.
And finally, your thoughts on Daniel Amati. Now, he was seen on Instagram Live, on Fofana's Instagram Live, dashing your thing that the mascots hold. Like, obviously, I don't think there was mascots there. Was there mascots? I didn't even remember because I missed kickoff, so I didn't even see like the whole start when they line up. Normally, there's mascots, but that's what the mascot would hold. Like, they'd hold that little. It's like a little crest. You get me?
A little pendant.
And, yeah, and he, well, we know what he done in it. Like, he, woy, you understand? Like, Fofana couldn't end that live quick enough, blood. You understand? Like. You got anything to say to Daniel Amati, blood?
Aye, Daniel Amati was just some side man. He didn't even come off the bench. Fact is, he wouldn't have even been at Leicester City if we didn't sign N'Golo Kante first off, because he got brought in as the next N'Golo Kante, was dog shit, and got shipped off for Ndidi, and he's been warming the bench ever since. So if that's going to be all that they remind him, that they remember him by from Leicester City, fair enough. We're going to play Leicester City tomorrow. I doubt he even starts. If he does, he's going to get booed for 90 minutes. He's probably going to get to his head and everything because he's barely played. And the last time he played at our ground, he got smoked by N'Golo Kante as well. But in terms of the action, it is what it is. Like, I bet for you guys, after the Giroud thank you Arsenal thing, it must have felt like the sweetest bit of karma back at us.
Yeah, because after that, we beat you in the FA Cup final. So there was my karma. And then, obviously, you getting your ass whooped now, again, seeing him cry, again, seeing your flag get dashed for the first time. I was fucking loving it. As Kevin Keegan said in his famous rant, blood, I loved it. Yeah? I love it. I was enjoying it, blood. You understand? I gave a couple retweets. I saw other, you understand? I saw other man posting it, retweeted that one, blood. You understand? Couple laughing faces. You already know my thing. Yeah, get me. But, I think Leicester deserved to win the FA Cup. I think they had a tougher route than you. So, you get me? They played tougher opponents. You get me? You man were playing Morecambe and fucking fucking... Leicester played fucking
They
Everton.
played United, but we played City.
Leicester played Everton. Leicester played United. Leicester played... who did they beat in the semi? Southampton.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, like, it was really just Man City the more I'm thinking about it.
You understand? There was more... You get me? Because you knocked out... I swear Leicester knocked out Everton.
I think they did on penalties.
I swear Leicester done Everton. I'm sure they done Everton, blood.
I think they did. We only faced Sheffield United, Man City, and just a bunch of championship
penalties, quarterfinals.
Yeah, see, I told you. Yeah, Leicester. Yeah, for me, Leicester, they're the tougher run. So
Yeah,
Leicester, you get me? Congratulations to Leicester City on winning the FA Cup, blood. Let's move on to the...
What he said.
Let's move on to... This you sour, blood. Let's move on to the Premier League fixtures that went on this weekend. Now, Man City, you get me? The Man City train rolls on. Newcastle 3, Man City 4. Now, Man City making some changes in that game. Scott Carson getting a start. Eric Garcia getting a start. Nathan Ake getting a start. But Fernan Torres getting himself a hat-trick in this game. Good to see Willock get another goal. He's the first Arsenal player to score 5 in a row, I believe, since Jose Antonio Reyes. God rest his soul.
Oh, nice.
And unfortunately, he has not done it at Arsenal Football Club. He's done it at fucking Newcastle. Are you scared of playing City in that Champions League final, seeing that they're making changes and they're still whooping that ass?
It depends. Like, my confidence is a lot lower than it was last week. Last week, I've been like, yeah, we're going after them. I don't care. Tuchel's going to beat Guardiola 3-0 and everything like that. Now it's like, because I'm really running out of faith in our attack. The only chance that we have is if Pep just plays like Pep and they have a high line. Because if they do, Timo Werner's unlocked. And then I feel a lot more confident going into the game. If they see how much we struggled with low blocks, and to be honest, if Pep don't even see it by now, I don't know what's wrong with him. But if they play a deep block against us, we are going to suffer for 90 minutes. If they try and play to dominate the game in their way, in their philosophy, we've got an open match. But it all depends on the match. Like, both teams have strength in depth. I'm confident in Chelsea's depth. I'm confident in Man City's depth. It's just the only thing with us is chances, because we waste chances every single match. And it's only just starting to really pay for us now. The Arsenal game. Like, everyone will talk about, what was it? The Kurt Zouma mistake. Because I'm not calling that a Jorginho mistake. That was Kurt Zouma having a bozo moment with the ball for about 5 minutes. That mistake wouldn't have even been a problem if Kai Havertz scored his chance. He skied that big one-on-one. He missed about another string of chances as well. Mason Mount had a string of chances. Zouma and Giroud hit the bar in successive shots in the 90th minute. Like, we're top of the league for, I think, nearly every stat under Thomas Tuchel, other than conversion rate. So it's clear what the problem is. We just can't finish to save our lives. And that's what worries me. Defensively, I know we're solid, and I know we can do our job. Just don't play Zuma or Alonso. Midfield, I know we can control the midfield. Or we can give Man City a fight in the midfield, regardless. Like, we're not just going to bend over for them. But in the attack, these lot, man. Like, I don't know who we put in there, and I actually have faith in. The only one I really have faith in is Mason Mount. And that's just to do the right thing with the ball, and that's not even to finish. Guy's a silky player. I rate him. But other than that, like, we don't have a clear finisher. You don't have anyone to actually rely on to carry the goals for our team. That's why our top goal scorers in the Premier League are Mason Mount, a guy who takes penalties, and a guy who hasn't started a game for 4 months. We aren't clinical, and that's going to be what kills us. If we don't make top 4, it's not because of Tuchel, it's because of the players. Players are let him down. He said it himself. I can't make the players put the ball into the back of the net. And the problem is, the players can't make themselves put the ball in the back of the net either.
Well, a team that players are putting the ball in the back of the net are Leeds, blood. You understand? They went to Burnley, and they whooped Burnley 4-0, blood. Rodrigo coming off the bench and getting 2 goals. Jack Harrison and Matthias Klick with the other goal. Southampton, they beat Fulham 3-1. Your West London rivals. Obviously, they got relegated.
Biggest derby in England. Let's go.
Get the fuck out of here, blood. Obviously, they got relegated last weekend. Any comment for the Fulham fans?
Man, just stay up in the division for more than one season, man. Like, I'm waiting for West London derbies to actually become relevant again. Like, every time I get excited for Fulham to come up, by the time we play them, we just realize they're fucking shit. And they're going straight back down. And it's not even a challenge. First time I went Fulham away, it was like 18, 19. I was looking forward to it all season. By the time we got to March, there weren't even anything exciting because these lot weren't staying up. And they knew they weren't staying up either. They just sacked their second manager in a row and just brought in Scott Parker. Some reason the club's just a mess from top to bottom. If Scott Parker leaves, they're going back in the mud again. I'm just hoping Brentford come up. They're the only team that hasn't come up in the Premier League yet from West London. And hopefully they don't move like clowns.
Well, Scott Parker's former club, I think their chances of Europe are fading away week by week, blood. Brighton won. West Ham won. Welbeck has hit form since coming back from another injury, getting himself another goal.
Nice dink over the keeper.
Yeah. Benrahma equalising for West Ham. West Ham now down in 7th. I think they are now out of the European race, i.e. Europa League and Champions League. Crystal Palace getting a big win for themselves, beating Aston Villa 3-2, blood. You understand? Now they came back 3 times, blood. You understand? Because Villa took the lead, and they come back 1-1 with Benteke, and then El Ghazi literally went up the other end from the kickoff 2-1, and then Wilfred Zaha getting himself a goal, lovely finish, and then Tyreek Mitchell getting himself a goal. That might have made him the youngest ever goal scorer, I think.
It might be. I swear they're talking about the Sheffield United striker as well.
Or was it the Sheffield United striker who
scored and got the youngest? 17-year-old. I forgot what his name was. It was a 1-0 win over Everton, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that was it. It was Daniel Jebison, sorry. Yeah. He became the youngest goal scorer, 17 years old. Obviously, Everton, Ancelotti was fuming in his press conference, blood. He was fuming. He was like, we've bottled it. Like, hopefully, when the fans come back because the next game they got fans allowed in it.
Yeah.
And Everton's next game's a home game, so they're like, hopefully the fans can wake us up because I don't know what's going on with these man. Like, he just literally hang them out to dry, blood. You understand? Ancelotti very disappointed with himself. Them scumbags down the road, they got themselves a win. 2-0 victory over Wolves. Nice finish from Kane, blood. And I have to say, if you look at that finish, he doesn't look at the goal at one point. At one point when he's got the ball, yeah, he's got his head down the whole time. He don't even look where the goal is.
Really?
Like, he knows, like, now I think he's joint top scorer in the league now as well. Yeah, I think he's got the most assists. Kane is going to be a big part of us if we're gonna win the Euros, but we have to be real. We're gonna have to support this fucking mug. You get me? Hopefully he doesn't turn greedy like he did in Russia. And I lost my fucking head when he never passed it to Sterling. Hopefully this time if Sterling is open, he slides the ball, blood. You get me?
You still keeping an eye out for St. Totteringham's Day? I swear you lot are close to them.
Yeah, blood. We are very, very close to them sons of bitches.
Are you lot even thinking about the Conference League like that?
Bro, don't even get me started on that one, bro. Yeah. We are 4 points. Well, it's kind of dead now, bro, because they won, innit? So now we're 4 points behind them with 2 games to go. We need them to bottle it, basically, innit? You understand? We need them to bottle it like they normally do. But yeah, the UEFA Conference League, I want no part of that absolute clown fucking tournament. I've already been playing teams I don't know in Europa League, never heard of, going places I never thought I would go. This UEFA Conference League will take me to fucking... I'll fucking end up playing Morecambe.
No, but here's the thing, like, you could be in the Conference League, but you wouldn't have to play your first team in that. Like, when people are saying Liverpool could be in the Conference League because their form was that bad, I was thinking, if they're in the Conference League, I actually back them to go and win the title next season because they are not playing their first team in that entire competition.
It takes away from preparation time.
Yeah, but Liverpool are completely different to us. Liverpool will actually go out and actually try and improve in where they failed this season. We've got a pussy old owner who's just chilling there doing fuck all, but I mean, Daniel Ek came out and he said that he has put in a bid for the club, and Josh Kroenke and KSC have turned it down. He said he's willing to buy if they're willing to sell, but I ain't heard nothing else, blood. Like, for me, you need to go put a bigger bid. You understand? Show that you're serious, blood. Like, what, you think because man are protesting, you want to jump in with your little bandwagon? And
1.8 is insulting.
1.8 ain't going to fucking make Kroenke move, blood. You got to go in there with at least 2.5 billion, blood. Because they're saying Arsenal's worth 2 billion. So go in with 2.5, blood. You understand?
That's the number for you.
I think so.
The guy's worth 4 billion, and I think it's and counting though.
Yeah, so yeah. I think they value it at 2, but if you were to ask me, nothing. If I'm Kroenke, nothing less than 6.5 will make me sell.
But that's Kroenke. Billion.
This guy, you see,
mad.
You could tell he's American, isn't it, blood?
I mean, it's in London. The stadium fills itself. One of the biggest global.
Are we in Europe?
No, if there was an owner that paid that, I'd be shook.
What fucking players are playing there about 6 billion?
No, but it's the jerseys still sell though. The jerseys and stuff like that, the value-wise, still sell. We're not winning. We're not winning in competitions, but the club value.
Why do you think they sacked Wenger? Because they stopped making money. You think fans? You think when the gates open, fans are going to go to games?
The Europe thing is a big deal because that's a loss of revenue. But in terms of,
I'm saying, you think if this shit continues, fans are going to go games?
No. Buy shirts.
Huh?
I want to see how many of your fans actually end up buying.
I ain't buying no shirt. I'm
seeing dickheads. You man, you lot ain't gonna buy anything. I'm sure of that. But
I'm seeing dickheads already buying shirts, blood.
The yellow one.
I'm seeing man out there tweeting. I couldn't resist. You're a dickhead, blood.
And that's where the value.
What do you mean you can't resist, blood? Don't buy the thing, blood. What do you mean you can't resist? You're moving like it's fucking like it's a fucking
weak-minded mentality, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. It's a joke thing, bruv. Do you understand? But yes, it's looking like there's not gonna be a St. Totteringham's Day when there will be one again. Who knows, blood? You get me? But before we move into the weekend previews, we have to get into our next sponsor. You lot already know, podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, BetterHelp is online therapy, and in Mental Health Awareness Month, we're trying to destigmatize mental health because obviously mental health is a serious thing. You understand? People go through a lot, especially through the lockdown. If you're by yourself, you don't really have a lot of people around you. Tough times, you get me? But May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And you know, here at Barstool, we support our veterans and getting the help they need. And now we want to support everyone. You get me? Like even me, blood. You get me? Me being by myself now, without the wife, without the kids. You get me? I don't really like have a mental health issue, but I miss my kids, innit? You get me? And I start thinking a lot. You understand? And obviously, maybe your stress is too much to manage. You understand? Like I can handle my stress, innit?
Yeah.
You get me? I can handle it, but I'm very
anxiety and all.
Yeah, I don't really have anxiety. I'm lucky like that, innit? I'm blessed. Thank the Lord, blood. But obviously, if you have depression, anxiety, PTSD, You get me? I think if I be honest, I think the one thing I suffer with is PTSD. Like, you get me? Like, there is that thought in the back of my mind, like when you get me? If I'm walking on a road late night, blood. You understand? Like, not like I'm gonna get robbed, bro. Like, none of that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just you get me? Is someone
You're
gonna
just
pop?
on edge or something?
Do you understand? Like, just the street life,
Yeah,
innit, bro?
yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
certain things, like you understand? Like, man, yeah. You hear like, you hear creeping, yo, what's going on, blood? You understand? Like, it's hard to trust people because, like, you understand, shit's gone left. So it's hard to, like, you get me, build new relationships. But that's what I think. But I can handle it, though.
Yeah.
Innit? You get me? Obviously, some people can't handle it. So that's where BetterHelp get involved. You get me? Because obviously BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with a therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. Because obviously pride in them thing there, so you can keep your face hidden. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy as well, and you can start communicating with a therapist under 48 hours. So if you would like to get involved and you need someone to talk to, we are giving our listeners 10% off their first month at BetterHelp. So if you want that help, go to betterhelp.com/Troopz, and the man them are there to support you. So once again, that's betterhelp.com/Troopz. Now, the biggest game this midweek is Chelsea versus Leicester, blood.
Again.
You understand?
Here we go.
Going into this game, you currently sit in fourth, 2 points behind Leicester, 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Basically, whoever wins this, it looks like they get top four, blood. Last season, Leicester had that inverted commas playoff game with Man United end of the season, final game. Whoever won that game would go into Champions League. Man United won that game 2-0. Man United went to the Champions League. Leicester went into the Europa. Leicester got eliminated by Slavia Prague in the round of 16, I believe it was, or the round of 32. And Man United didn't even get out of the group. And now they're going like they're some big bad team because they're in Europa League. But the reason you're in that is because you couldn't handle the Champions League, you dickheads. But this is another playoff game for Leicester, blood. You understand? They're going to be going into this game with a lot of confidence. Obviously, they whooped your ass on Saturday, and took that FA Cup back up the M1. It did not go across London. It went back up the M1. How you feeling going into this one, bro? Nerves all over the place? You're going to be doing a live watch along? Let the people know.
Yeah, live watch along still dropping on Chelsea Fan TV, which is just going to be stress because Leicester City don't need to win this one, but we do. We draw one game and we've packed ourselves because Liverpool v Burnley, expect Liverpool to win. Liverpool v Palace, I expect Liverpool to win both of those games. They're running off some crazy momentum with the Alisson 96th minute winner. Like, you want to talk about the weekend from hell when a goalkeeper scores a 96th minute header, a header that I would never see any of our attackers ever score in our life.
And we have to shout out Alisson though, because I was very happy for him. You understand, especially what he's been through this year, losing his father. You get me? It's been a tough time for him. And you could see the emotion in him when he scored that goal. Like, you understand? You saw a lot of emotions. I saw Salah emotional. I saw Thiago at the last minute. Like, when they blew the whistle, Thiago dropped to the floor, fist pumping. You understand? It's looking like there's a togetherness in that Liverpool team. That Liverpool team has momentum. And you are just blowing cold air, blood.
That's the thing.
Or should I say hot air? You man just blowing hot air, blood.
Yeah, momentum is not in our favour right now. Leicester City don't really need to win this match. That's the thing. Even if they draw, like, it's going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt them. I could see Leicester City easily just coming in and not even attacking as much as they need to, because I've always said that whoever wins the FA Cup loses the next match afterwards, because it always happens. I remember we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final once and got smoked 4-1 at Anfield 3 days afterwards. I think Liverpool... what was it? They lost the Capital One Cup to Manchester City in 2016 and then smoked them 3-0 at Anfield 3 days afterwards. It usually happens. As a team losing, gets this big motivation factor off it. And the team that's winning is kind of riding that high, and they don't go into the second game with the same level of intensity. But now I'm questioning the mentality of the Chelsea players because we're dropping all of these finals. I'm questioning whether they're experienced enough for this. And we'll have to see in the Leicester game, but we already know how Leicester play. They like playing that low block and hitting you on the counter. If they come in and they just sit deep, like, who's to say we even break them down?
Also,
and that's what the problem.
You have to.
Also,
Take it. Go on.
Also, them games after the cup final, they didn't really have no meaning to it. It was just like an end of season game. Everything had been sealed up, i.e. Champions League places and whatnot. This game actually has something behind it, blood. The other games after the cup final was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's just another game. You get me? The cup final teams, gas, they got their trophy, their job's done. This one, there's still work to be done for Leicester. You understand? I think it will be a bit of a different game. Like, are you lot going to come out with that confidence though? Because your last 2 games, you don't look like nothing's really going in, blood.
Yeah, no, we've been poor the last 2 games. I'm trying to find Leicester's last. Okay, they've got Tottenham, so they've got a tough run into the end of the season, just like we do. Here's the thing, though. Like with Spurs, their season is kind of basically done unless they're really trying to push for those Europa League spots.
Yeah, they are.
That's in their own prerogative then. At least we got a game. But if we're relying on Tottenham, like, God help us, innit? We've got to do our own job. And we haven't. Like, our finishing has let us down consistently through the entire season. Not even this season. Like, we've been poor at finishing since Conte's second season, in my opinion. 4 years, 4 separate managers, and we've been poor at finishing throughout it. So I don't expect it to change in this game either. If Tuchel turns this run around, it's not even if Tuchel turns this around. If the players turn this around, then I have more confidence in the squad. But right now, I see any more slip-ups and we're done with the top 4 and we bottled it in the final week of the season, which is just utterly embarrassing. As a Chelsea fan, I'm not even going to make excuses about it. We mock Arsenal for being bottled jobs. We mock Spurs for being bottled jobs. If we bottle it in the last week of the season, it's on the players. They need to hang their heads in shame for it because we've been in top 4 majority of the season. We did a great job to get back into the top 4 after Frank Lampard left us in about 9th or 10th place. And now about to drop it again because of the same old BS in front of goal where we just miss easy chances for fun. We've done it to ourselves if we end up in the situation where we're in 5th place. And if we do that, we make the Champions League final that much harder for us because Man City are going into the game with less pressure. Already in top 4, already Premier League champions. They're just going there to win their first Champions League. We're going there to win our second Champions League and qualify. Suddenly, there's a lot more added pressure on us. If we can't get top 4 now with this pressure, who's to say we're going to handle the pressure of a Champions League final? This season, we bigged it up as potentially one of our biggest seasons. This could also be one of our worst seasons. It all depends on how this week goes. It will go one or two ways, but I am not confident. Chelsea need to put that confidence back in me because right now I've spent the entire season giving excuses to our attackers. After the Arsenal game, I was done with it because we threw top 4 away on the back of our own bullshit. We rotated for the FA Cup final and threw the Arsenal game out to do that, just to lose the FA Cup final. And now we look like we're going to struggle through the Leicester City game. I'm not even saying we're going to lose the Leicester match, but if you're going to tell me that game ends 0-0, wouldn't be surprised.
Apparently, Kane just come out and said that he wants to leave Tottenham and 3 Premier League clubs are interested. Do you think you're one of them? Because you need a striker.
What,
the
just
Mirror,
now?
The Mirror are reporting it, but you know all these men are fucking dodgy, blood. But the Mirror is saying that Harry Kane wants to leave Tottenham and 3 clubs are interested in the Premier League. Do you think you're one of them? Because you need a striker.
Nah, man. Like, you could have 1 more year left of his contract. Levy wouldn't sell us the virus, let alone actually sell us a proper player. So I've got no... People say they want Harry Kane to come to Chelsea. And it's like, yeah, of course, I'd happily take Harry Kane. Quality striker, and also the fact to say, yeah, he's spent 8 years at Spurs doing fuck all, and now he's come to Chelsea and he's winning trophies. That's an easy way I could spin that on Spurs fans. But it ain't going to happen. That's a pipe dream. Like, there's no chance he comes to Chelsea. He probably goes to Man City.
So what's your prediction for tomorrow's game?
Like, I want to say 1-0 just to back my team. But really and truly, I could see a draw, and a draw just packs us. It's a worst case scenario, but we struggled so badly in terms of finishing. And the first half was is the first half in the cup final is exactly how I expect the Leicester City match to go. Both teams are defensively minded, not really a lot of attacking pushes from either side, and it's whoever scores first, just like the FA Cup final. And I see the same thing happening again today.
Zah?
I mean, you haven't looked the same since you played us. I think I'm gonna back you guys in this one. I think Chelsea will do it. I think you were, that if it wasn't for that hand of God from Schmeichel in that last game and all that, a couple chances here and there, it could have been a completely different situation. But yeah, I think I'm gonna back you guys.
I hope so, innit?
I think it will be a draw.
Yeah, there's a last result we need as well, but probably happens. Just the way the season looks like it's going. Liverpool are on a massive high right now. We've just lost 2 games on the bounce. We've had the weekend from hell. I don't know what's happening, but the games are coming too thick and fast for us to even have a rest period to try and find a way to sort this mess out. If we make top 4, credit to Tuchel, because he's done an amazing job this season. If we don't make top 4, no, I don't want anyone blaming Tuchel. It's all on the players if that happens. Tuchel's done everything he could with this team.
Well, we've had a fun weekend because we had chilled.
We didn't play.
We had no football. We chilled. You understand?
I bet you did. Just
It
watch
was a
us
good
round
The
up.
weekend.
sun was out in New York for the
You
first
get
time
me?
in a while.
These man got put in a spliff. It was good for man blood. You get me? But we are back again now. You understand? Crystal Palace. 2 wins out of 2 in our last 2 games. You get me? West Brom and who the fuck else was it? Chelsea.
Yep.
Another London derby. Another London derby away from home. Crystal Palace away from home. Selhurst Park, blood. How you feeling going into this? I mean, really and truly, like, there's fuck all to play for.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about this UEFA conference thing. Do you care? I don't care. I don't want to be in it. I want to be as far away as I can, blood. If I'm not in Champions League or Europa, then fuck it. Like, I don't even want to be in Europa, blood. But Europa, I'll take the Europa, innit? Because it's a way back into the Champions League. But the Conference League, what's that going to get me? Into the fucking Europa League?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking bullshit is this, blood?
It's another
Conference
European
League.
trophy.
Nah, fuck that, blood. Conference League, blood.
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
some bullshit, blood. Like, back in the day, we had the Cup Winners' Cup. You never used to get into the Europa League. I mean, UEFA Cup, if you won the Cup Winners' Cup. It was just a trophy, blood. You didn't do nothing. You understand? Like, I'm not with it, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. It's now we're just participating. I don't care about
More
that
money for that
fucking thing.
pussy or for
Yeah.
what? To do fuck all with the club again?
And more chances for our players just to get hurt and, us not be able to do shit in the Premier League. That actually helps us. So, yeah, no, just participating these last couple games, I guess.
I mean, this is a sticky one, you get me? I mean, Palace are unbeaten in their last 5 Premier League games against us, blood. 4 draws and 1 win, blood. You understand? Palace, I mean, very sticky opponent for us in recent years. A bogey team, you could say. Kind of like we've been with Chelsea, blood. The last 3 games, 3 wins for Arsenal, blood. And we won a trophy in one of them as well, blood. You get me? Like, let's get that in as well, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
For the
bet you
100th
wanted
time
that.
today.
You know what I'm saying? You understand? But
get that one more time.
Tax.
you get me, man. Say Lampard tax. Fuck your legend, blood. You get me? It is what it is, blood.
What about your Everton legend?
Yeah, he's an Everton legend. You got it right, blood. There you go. You understand? Yeah, my legend, blood. You feel me? My legend trying to buy the club with Spotify, fam. You get me? Big up Thierry Henry. You feel me? But we've only lost 1 of our last 15 away games against Palace. We've had 7 wins and 7 draws. But the last one, we got battered 3-0 back in 2017. That's when Kelechi lost his mind and he was like, play 3 at the back, use your brain. He went mad on that one. You get me? But this is our final away game of the season. Obviously, we end at home against Brighton. We did lose our last away game of last season, 1-0 away to Aston Villa when Aubameyang was doing up best friends with Mings at the corner. And then, remember that one? Yeah, you remember that one. He's there. He's more concerned with having a conversation than actually following the fucking run. But then he made up for it because he put these pussy-os in a Zubi in the final, blood.
Yep.
So you get me all.
We keep going back to Anthony Taylor tax. You already know.
Zuma, no! I think it was
Yeah,
Zuma tax.
I said the same thing on Tuesday. Don't worry.
I think it was Zuma tax. You understand? But
We'll run with that. Cool. I'll run
you
with
understand? Zuma tax, blood. You get me? But we haven't lost we haven't lost back-to-back last away games of the season since a run of 4 between 97 and 98 and 2000 and 2001. But that did begin with a 1-0 defeat away at Aston Villa, where it begun last season.
Like Olof Malberg and them.
How would you line up?
I'll tell you who I don't want to see. I don't want to fucking see Danny Ceballos because he can go back to Madrid. But I would go in goal. I'd go.
What about Leno? Because apparently he wants to leave.
Wants out. He also wants out. So
you get me?
So he's out of my team too. I'll go Matt Ryan in goal. Right back, I would go.
Your boy Bellerin.
Hector, yeah, why not?
You're a fucking arsehole.
Hector Bellerin, right back. Left back. Let's go.
Do you see this guy I have to put up with, Lewis Blood? Man said fucking Bellerin, you know.
Look, I was chatting to, who was it? Robbie's cousin last week, I think. Man said everyone says that, every rival fan says Bellerin's like 10 times better than he really is. I want to ask you, man, as well. How bad is he really?
Nah,
I don't want you to go for too long in it because I know you have so much
blood.
To say.
He's shit, bro.
Nah, yeah,
he just needs to model. Just go do catwalk, blood. You're not a footballer. Allow it, like. Do you understand that?
Do you think is it solely because of the ACL injury and the lack of pace, or is it just like
since he come back? Do you remember when we played you lot and you beat us 3-1 when Hazard bodied Coquelin?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first goal when Alonso knocked him out?
Yeah.
He's never been the same since then.
No, because this is weird. Because I always think since then he always plays with this different energy against us.
Since that he lost his fire, and then when he got injured against you lot, when he came off with the fucking ACL, he lost his pace. So now,
bro, this guy always balls out when it's Chelsea, though.
Because he knows, like, because of the ACL and the reason of Alonso knocking him out, so he's got like something behind it, innit?
Yeah, I can't remember the next 2 or 3 games we played after that injury. This guy was clattering Alonso at every opportunity. So I get why, innit? But like, I noticed the extra vim that he had whenever he was playing us because I never saw that against anybody else.
Especially because Alonso's his fellow compatriot. The man, they're Spaniards, fam. So he's thinking like, whoa, bro, like, all right, we have to win, but how the fuck are you trying to knock me out type of thing? Like,
No. I never thought Alonso did that on purpose. They both jumped up for a header.
Bro. Blood, that was right.
Alonso's taller
Lewis,
than him.
that was right by the away end, bro, that goal, blood. I was literally on the 3rd row, right there, bro. Alonso
I get that, but
Alonso looked to see where he was, and then he went, bow. I'm telling you,
they
blood.
both jumped up, and he jumps up like this.
Bro, you're in the other end, blood, because I know where you sit.
I'm talking about the replays.
Blood, he looked before, blood, because we were saying to the ref, bro, have you not seen that he's fucking looked at Bellerin and purposely seen where he was? Like, there's putting your arms out. There's putting your arms out to the... Like, nah, blood. So he didn't even need to do that, blood. He knew that the way he's going to... Because Bellerin was brave them time. He went up, bro. But Bellerin went protecting himself. My man looked and clarted him, blood. Don't ever get me started on that.
Because there was original shot, right? And then the ball flies up in the air. So he's jumping up. So he's using his...
But brother, man said... No, he looked before, blood. He looked and then clarted him, blood. He knew what he was doing, the pussy, Don't even get me started on that, you blood. You understand? I'm not gonna sing.
Alonso, I'm not gonna go.
I'm not gonna sing that. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing what they sing in it. You get me? You know what comes out the away end when my man touches the ball, innit? We'll just leave it there, blood. We'll just leave it. Cool. We'll just leave it there. But Zar, as you were, blood.
Oh shit. Right back got done. So left back, I'll go Kieran Tierney as my left back. Center backs, let's go Gabriel and Holding. Then pivots. Shaka wants out. I'll try start Aziz with Thomas Partey. See what Miguel Aziz is all about. These are dead games. Might as well play him.
Who's this Aziz guy? Because I remember you lot saying you wanted him to start the Villarreal game.
He's one of the
young academy kid. Looks pretty decent.
Oh, one of your potential guys.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out then.
Nice technical midfielder. Then the 3, I'd put Smith Rowe in the 10. I'd put Martinelli out wide left.
King Willie.
I'd put
Willian on.
Go fuck yourself.
Come on.
Go fuck yourself.
I'd put Pepe on the right and Aubameyang up front.
I will
Willian
go.
bench.
Willian can go fuck himself. I'm so happy that apparently he's leaving, blood. Big up Fabrizio, fam. You
I'm
understand?
surprised he actually is because I thought he was staying for his restaurant.
Nah, fuck himself, blood. I think I put enough heat on his clout. He knows just to leave the establishment now, blood. You understand? Otherwise, he's gonna get another season of me, blood. Simple as, bro. That guy needs to fuck off,
Bro, on my
Simple as.
life, Willian, like, he dealt with the most from us as well. Like, it goes in one ear and out the other.
He just needs to fuck off, blood. You get me? Simple as, bro. But
I'm glad you feel the pain, though. I had 7 years of this guy.
I didn't want him at all, blood. It was fucking Robbie, the idiot.
Bro, you lot, when I saw him coming to you guys and Arsenal fans actually celebrating, I was like, you man don't know what you've signed.
That's what I'm saying. I was furious.
Yeah, fair enough for you because you knew it from the start. But I was like, you lot actually think this guy was any good for us? Joke, this guy was only good at Project Restart when he wanted a new contract.
That's what I'm
Other
saying.
than that purple patch player, and that's it. His best game for us was that Barca game where he played crossbar challenge all first half and then finally got a ball into the back of the net. That was it.
It's facts, blood. He will not be in my team. You get me? I'll go Matt Ryan. This idiot forgot that Bellerin got injured, so Bellerin can't even play in the team. Dickhead. I just let him run with it. You understand? That just shows you, blood. You get me? But yeah, blood. You see?
I did forget.
Yeah, I played with. I just let him run with it. I was like, you don't know that Bellerin's injured, blood.
It's all right.
Like, that might be when he came off against Chelsea. I think that was his last involvement as an Arsenal player because apparently he's gonna go as well. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So he wouldn't even have been in my team anyway. Callum Chambers starts at right back for me. Rob Holding and Gabriel are the centre backs. Kieran Tierney is the left back. El Neni and Partey will start for me in the midfield. I will go. All right, here you go. Saka on the left, Pepe on the right, Smith Rowe in the 10, Martinelli down the middle.
Oh, wow.
That's my team, dog. Yeah, Zimmy. Prediction. So would you like to change Bellerin?
Yeah. If what's
For-
which I completely forgot. Callum Chambers.
No,
Oh,
Cedric.
actually, Cedric. Why not?
Okay.
It's the last couple games. They don't mean it. Cedric. Why
So
not?
Cedric instead of Bellerin?
Yep. Cedric. Prediction. Again, we're the king of winning games that don't matter at the end of the season. I think we're going to win this 2-0.
2-2.
Oh, draw. Okay.
Yeah. Zaha always turns up. Lou? Prediction?
If Smith Rowe's playing, I back you lot to win it.
What do you think of Smith Rowe?
Quality player. Like, I'm not even going to run bants on him. Like, he's a solid player and he's had a really good impact on you guys this season. Saw in the first game against us as well. Like, the goal against us, I mean, we handed it to him on a silver platter, but take it, I guess. Quality player, though. And yeah, for the score prediction, if you guys put that lineup there, especially the one Troopz was saying, because I backed that front four as well. That's a really solid front four. Probably go 2-0 as well. No. Who you playing? Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah, away as well, blood. You know Zaha, the man they always turn up. They got fucking what's his name? Eze. What's his name? Eze. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, let me say
Benteke's
2-1.
fucking Benteke's scoring again. This pussy always scores against us as well. That's why I'm saying 2-2 because I'm saying Zaha's on form, Benteke's on form. These man always score against us. 2-2, blood.
But we always turn up in these BS games that we.
But
at the end of the
Selhurst
season.
Park, we haven't won there for a few years, blood.
I don't know.
You understand?
I think
You ain't won at the Bridge and Old Trafford in like how long? You still got wins there.
Yeah, this was the year. Yeah, but last time we beat you at the Bridge, you won Champions League. Hopefully that don't happen. You feel me?
Yeah, but we also won the FA Cup and we bottled that in. It's feeling
That's
more
true
like
because
2008
Di Matteo
as well.
did do the FA Cup and Champions League double that season when we did beat them at the Bridge. So hopefully that's not going to happen now because they lost FA Cup final. Now Champions League final is the last one to go. Let's just run through
Trust me.
Let's just run through the rest of the fixtures real quick. We've already done Lewis's team. Man United against Fulham. United. Lou.
Yeah, it's Fulham United.
Southampton Leeds.
I'm gonna go Leeds.
Yeah, I got Leeds.
Leeds too.
I got draw.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
You seen a draw? I'll say Leeds anyway still, but draw.
Yeah, man, I'm going for a draw, blood. I think Southampton, you get me, sticky opponent at home still. And Leeds, they don't really do too good away. Brighton City.
I was tempted to say Brighton, but City.
City.
Now we already know Man City.
Everton Wolves.
I'm gonna go draw for that one. I think draw.
I go Everton. I think they'll bounce back. Fans back in the ground as well. I think Everton will bounce back.
Nah, for me, I'm gonna go a draw as well. I feel like that's gonna be a dead game. I can see 0-0 all over that.
This one I can see 0-0. Yeah, this one I can see 0-0. Sheffield United. Newcastle against Sheffield.
I actually think Newcastle's gonna win this one. All right.
Yeah, Newcastle have been on pretty decent form the last few weeks as well. Yeah, I would go for a Newcastle win. I feel like they'll continue their run.
Tottenham Villa. I go Tottenham.
I'm gonna go Aston Villa. I don't care. They'll bottle that one same way they always bottle it.
I'm gonna go draw for that one. I think draw.
Burnley Liverpool. Obviously you got a big interest in that one, Lou. You get me?
Even with fans in the ground, like it's gonna be exactly right. Probably VAR saves them again, but Liverpool. I think Liverpool win both their games this season. It's about whether we do our job.
I go Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
The momentum they got, especially the way that Alisson goal.
The way they were all
You get me? You can see there's a unity, a togetherness. You get me? They're all pulling in the same direction. They're on form as well.
Sick.
Gotta go for Liverpool in that one. And then finally, West Brom against West Ham. I'll go West Brom, you know.
That's what I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna back West Brom in this one, too. I think.
Nah, to be fair, even with West Brom's iffy form, I'll probably still go West Ham for this one. It'll be too little too late for them to do anything, but I don't expect them to drop points in this one. I'll go West Ham.
And there it is, people. Another episode wrapped up like a zubi. You see me? Big up Heineken every time. Make sure you get your 0-0 from your local retailer. You can get it ordered to the crib, but make sure you're 21 and please drink responsibly. Lewis, big up your damn self, my brother. Appreciate you coming on. Let the people them know where they can find you, socials, channels, and everything.
Yeah, safe for having me as well, guys. Also great to chat too. If you guys want to see more from me, Carefree Lewis G on YouTube for my personal channel. Chelsea Fan TV as well for the best Chelsea fan content on YouTube as well. Big up those guys, Sammy and the gang too. Yeah, Carefree Lewis G on Twitter and YouTube for personal stuff. And again, guys, thanks for having me.
Nah, big up every time, bro. Man, I link up with you when I'm back in June. You get me?
Come.
You already know. Make sure you got them zubbies on deck. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. We both come correct when it comes to that.
Come on, you get me? Big up Josh. My brother Jets on the buttons every week. My brother Zar. Until the watch along, people. Stay safe and wash them fucking hands, blood.